Will we be turning on the public access now, Mark?
It's on.
Okay. So we're all here. 7 out of 7. Pledge of Allegiance first. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comment opens at 6:15. Student representative update.
So this past weekend, the Laker Bots hosted the kickoff event for the 2024 season Crescendo. Team 7913, barely functioning from Newfound, joined us in discussing strategy for this upcoming season. The Laker Bots will also be partnering up with Team 319, Big Bad Bob from Alton, to provide a practice field for any New Hampshire teams who want to use it. The unified basketball team played at Gorham Middle School on January 5th. They played very well. Mrs. Hurd's 7th grade class hosted the Mesopotamia Museum Showcase right before break. Students created visuals of as well as virtual museums. They did a great job with that. And the Granite State Challenge team will be competing this Sunday in Durham. Interlakes will be playing Laconia, and the quiz show will be televised on PBS.
Thank you.
Chair would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the December 12 regular school board meeting.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. You abstained, Duncan?
Please.
Next on the agenda is current bills payable. Should we be looking at something, Mary, on that?
So we're gonna have to look here.
An attachment.
See what I mean?
Page 10 of 69 on this gadget.
Okay, there you go. Just start there. And you can make me bigger if you want to.
At my age, Mary, it's much bigger. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the payment of bills manifest 3015.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Administrative reports, year-to-date financial. Ashley.
In your packet on attachment 3.
Page 13.
Okay.
Using these
Have a
gadgets.
Year-to-date the year-to-date financial report. And I'm happy to entertain any questions.
Any issues, any questions?
I would just share that our position is as positive as it is because we have not been fully staffed. So that has created, certainly savings, which we know we've had unexpected expenses as well this year.
Yes. Good to know. New business, 24-25 budget.
So you have in your packet, it's page 14, the calendar for our upcoming budget work. Filing for district offices begins on January 24th and goes through February 2nd. The annual school district meeting is for March 6th, and that will be at 6 p.m. in the auditorium. And
Not the gymnasium?
we have found that the auditorium has been working.
We did last year.
We can create overflow in the gymnasium.
Yeah.
But from a setup standpoint, it's actually, from a facilities, it's much easier. We are hoping that the board, we will have your budget books ready for January 20th. And we are hoping to have a board work session on January 23rd, starting the meeting at 5:30 if possible, rather than 6 o'clock, just to have a little additional time to begin some budget work.
Say that again, which meeting?
January 23rd, we're hoping to have the board start at 5:30 rather than 6.
So that would be the regularly scheduled meeting.
Correct, it's a regularly scheduled meeting, but it will be a board work session on the budget. That will be the focus.
Okay, so.
Mary, I will not be at that meeting because that's election day.
Okay, on the 23rd.
It's primary
Oh,
election day.
I think so that may be something, does the board want to look at changing that?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that,
Yes.
that probably makes sense. We can maybe not do that right now, and I can try to poll people at a later date.
Sounds great.
Okay.
2 weeks.
Okay, all right. So, we are working very hard on the budget. As I have shared previously, special education costs, major driver of this budget, as well as a 15.7% increase in health insurance. So those are two things that are significantly impacting the bottom line.
Should my name be changed?
Yes, great, absolutely. My apologies.
Oh, right there. Didn't know.
We all set on the budget?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Next item, donations. My God. I am always amazed at this.
Yeah.
Would you like me to read through them?
Or if that's helpful,
Well,
or I'm happy to do it, or,
please, take it. I mean,
excuse me.
Joe Derrick is amazing.
So Robotics Club, for future robotics activities, Ghost Hand Productions, $1,000. Tree Solutions, $500. The Common Man Family of Restaurants, $500. I think, Ashley, you're gonna have to take over for me. I'm gonna be one of your
Here.
coals. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Casella,
Casella Waste Systems, Inc., in the amount of $500. Molten Borough Lions Club in the amount of $500. Elegant Yarns LLC in the amount of $500. Meredith Altruza, Inc., in the amount of $250. The Boeing Company, $5,000 towards the team's first registration. Bay Systems, $2,000 towards the team's first registration. Rev Robotics, $2,500 in parts and equipment, and 3M Company Tilton, $2,874 in parts and equipment.
Do we know what first means?
That's the robotics
So
league.
First stands-
That's the Dean Kamen organization. that
It's-
is-
Okay,
First Inspiration for Science and Technology.
okay.
thank
So
you.
the FIRST doesn't stand for something in particular?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yes.
just said
Oh,
it first,
So,
inspiration.
First Inspiration for Science and Technology.
The F is for first in the acronym
Okay.
for first.
It's very vague. Got it.
And the R makes it slightly French.
Yes, I was trying to, it's the R that I'm struggling with. Okay. Thank
Or
you.
it's something along those lines.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Could we have a motion to accept the donations as presented with
So moved.
gratitude?
Seconded.
Thank you. No discussion, all in favor?
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
You get Boeing.
Yeah.
I think
Again,
it's the first
Mr.
reg-
Derrick
it's the
and
first.
Caleb's mom plays a significant part in going after those, so.
Wow.
All team members reach out to at least 2 businesses to raise money. And so with our 25 people, there's a lot of connections out there.
That's good, it's good education too.
And it is an important part of the educational component. Mr. Derrick takes that part very seriously. They are learning how to, present themselves in a professional manner and to get funding.
Excellent. I like that.
May I add a comment? For inspiration and recognition of science and technology.
Got it. The R's
According
for
to
recognition. I really believe you. You're really good.
He was spot on.
And I was thrown because there was no R.
Old business.
Yes, just making sure I caught up. Old business, strategic planning, community event update.
So we had the event on, I think it was December 14th. We had about 45 people. We had a lot of information we gathered that evening that now we're in the process of trying to organize. My hope is by beginning of February to have the steering committee in place, and trying to continue to move the work forward. It was it's a great opportunity to do a lot of listening and also to reflect on where we are and maybe next steps. So
I
it
just
was,
know we were short one person.
It was ill that night. I apologize
She
for
was
not
quite
being
ill.
there. Mrs. Moriarty sent me home, actually.
I couldn't bear, she was
Yeah.
fading incredibly fast.
I do
But,
apologize.
there was a lot of helping hands to make the evening a
No,
success.
It was good.
The class of 2027 did a nice job with their
Yes, we
dinner
did,
and
yeah.
earned some income, so.
I found it really interesting, just hearing the parents' comments was,
Yeah.
because we get the presentations, but we don't hear
Right,
how it's experienced on the
Yes.
ground, so that was great.
The only comment I would make is that in conversations with people that I think would be, they ask the question, what's my time commitment? So if there's a way of putting that out
Yep.
there in a simple form,
okay, Good.
Because as you know, this district, this town does a lot.
right. People are very busy and,
Yes.
yep, so that's good feedback. Thank you.
Do you want to do the municipal bond bank presentation?
We have the
Um,
letter first, Mark, the letter from class of 24.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Letter from the class of 24. Mrs. Moriarty.
So you have in your packet, as you know, last meeting, we have the class president was,
Vice President.
vice president was present. And we have our advisor here this evening representing the class. They are seeking $5,000 in support. They have had, some challenges with COVID in terms of raising funds and are seeking some support.
Mr. Vice Chair,
Yes.
I thought they made a compelling presentation based on the last time that you folks were here, and so I'd make a motion to approve.
I would second the motion.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Hi. Thank you. It's much appreciated.
And thank you for
I
your
was gonna say thank
continued
you.
support of the class. Like, you're an amazing class advisor.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And you can
And you
share the
don't have
good
to
news
stay.
with them.
I will. We have a meeting tomorrow morning, so
Oh.
they're eager to hear.
That's great.
All end of year, end of senior year.
Yes.
It's fall. Now we can do.
So just wanted to see, the board had a chance to hear the presentation about the bond. Just, is there any further information you would like at this time, or more just kind of keep it as knowledge gained and something to look at in the future?
Yes.
I'm not sure they're the same road. One, I support the idea of using long-term financing for long-term expenses. Duration matching is just a core of smart business planning. We have been under the impression, wrongly, that we would not be able to go to the bond bank if we wanted to borrow on term borrowing. That is not the case. So instead of looking at this thing in the hypothetical one project, I heard you say, and I support the idea of, let's go up a few thousand feet and look down and see if we're gonna go to the bond bank, what else might be justifiable to include in that.
And that might work into the strategic plan, that maybe the next year is really looking at kind of doing an analysis of what are what are the needs of the future for the facility. I think restrooms is clearly an area we want to do some work, how we use smaller learning environments, how we develop spaces that support students with special education needs. So I think probably doing some internal investigation makes more sense than pushing forward with any facility work at this time, to that level.
Just for the benefit, the leadership team talked about this, and we also felt this is just not the year. We have a big challenge in front of us, and we're gonna be making some hard choices as it is.
Sounds good.
Next, Mary, on the hiring of the ILES principal.
I provided a timeline, and I have shared this with staff as well. I am hoping that 2 school board members will be willing to participate in talking about time commitment. You know, we're looking at about a committee of 12 people, probably from February 5th to February 9th. That group would be looking at the applicants, selecting candidates to move forward in the process. Between the 19th and the 23rd of February, participating in interviews. And then my hope is that we have meet and greets on March 4th. And I complete some final interviews on the 5th and bring forward a nomination to the school board on the 6th, right? The evening before the evening of the annual meeting. My hope is that we can have a small board meeting to bring a nomination forward. We have been getting some traffic. The NESDEC has been generating some applicants. So I'm encouraged by some of the level of experience that I'm seeing at this stage. So maybe it'd be helpful if there's board members that are interested, maybe share that with Lisa, and Lisa can connect with me. Does that sound?
Sounds good. I want to do it.
You want to do it?
I do.
You're on. First hand raised. We all set on that? Ready to move on?
Yep.
Second and final readings, policy items, attachment number 8.
All the rest of the documents, right?
This is you, Mary, or?
I'm happy to, I would like to bring your attention to, you notice that one is highlighted in yellow.
Yes.
So Ms. Connolly had mentioned the level of time in that particular policy. So if you actually go to that policy, which is page, we tried to highlight the change. So reduced it to 15 minutes from 30 minutes, which seemed more consistent with what I think maybe the intent was. Okay, good.
What page?
I'm still looking, sorry.
Oh, there it is, it's page 33. Oh, wait, no, it's not, that's the highlight, that's a different one.
A lot of red. I can't see the yellow.
Let's see.
Which number?
I'm sorry, it's the one that's the use of restraint and seclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting closer. There were no other changes in the other policies. I've got it. There we go.
Page,
Page 63 by the side, page 63.
I don't have
I
that.
found it.
Okay,
Oh, page 63?
63. And so it changed to no period of restraint shall exceed 15 minutes. If restraint is to exceed this time, approval of the principal or supervisory employee designated by the principal to provide such approval is required. And then underneath, no period of restraint shall exceed 50 minutes unless a face-to-face assessment.
all right, thank you.
Thank you for raising
It
it.
makes more sense.
It does make more sense. I agree. So that is what is proposed this evening. All the other policies are as originally presented.
Move to approve.
Craig gave us thumbs up, so we're good.
Second.
Looking for a motion to approve the second and final reading, the following policies as presented.
So moved.
Thank you. Any-
Charlie and I already did it. We jumped
I already
ahead.
got it.
You can leave with Siobhan out.
It's all good.
I know, but
If there's no other discussion, all in favor? Aye. But none of these others, they've all No
Yep.
changes, no
Yep,
changes.
no changes, just that one, that was highlighted.
Correspondence, superintendent, board secretary, board members?
None.
Seeing none?
We're not close.
Not quite yet.
No. Is there any public?
Like 10.
I have none.
What time did I give you for? 6:14?
Yes.
Another 10 minutes, leave it open.
So maybe we can hash out when we want to do that next meeting.
Sure, that would be great. And I do, Chair Merrill and I had talked, but because of the weather this evening, not to do the non-public, that
Sure.
moved that to the next, so
Good
that
call.
people. So let's look at dates. Is there a comfortable day that same week, just in terms of the development of the budget, that might be helpful? I don't know, the 24th, that Wednesday?
Wednesday doesn't work for me, but.
How about, or the 25th,
This is
to talk, to do a budget
25th of
work session?
January?
Yes,
For a regular school board meeting.
for a special meeting, a
I'm sorry,
budget work
a
session,
school board meeting that includes a budget work
Correct.
session.
yes.
So if we did that, Craig, are you able to come by 5 or is that pushing you too hard?
On the 23rd,
No, on the
25th.
25th,
25th.
Thursday.
Let me just generally take it away.
Okay. Okay.
Or anybody else for that matter.
Or Monday, the 22nd is also,
It's a Thursday. Okay, I'll try and make it by 5.
On the 25th?
On the 25th.
Thursday works for me.
okay, so. Ashley, you're good with that?
I won't be able to be here that day.
Uh,
Sorry. I have parent ed, although I could probably get out of parent ed. No, Ashley's never done it before, I'm sorry.
let's try a different day.
What about Monday the 22nd?
Yeah, Monday, the 22nd, does that work for people?
I could be here late, well,
That's fine for me.
What time?
If we did 5,
Yeah, I can make that work.
Could you do 5?
I can't get here till 6 probably,
So that doesn't.
because I have
So
a
that
meeting in
doesn't work.
Concord that goes till
Yeah.
5.
Might be cutting close for me on that day.
How about Saturday, the
Wednesday
27th?
didn't work.
we could do that.
I work on Saturday, so I can't.
Do Friday or Saturday, their board meetings.
Well, why don't we just stick to the 25th and I'll see if I can find coverage for my parent ed class.
Okay,
Maybe Trish can take it from me or something.
okay, so stick with the 25th
Yeah.
at 5?
Yeah,
So change to the 25th.
Okay.
stick to the change.
Okay,
Thank you, Siobhan.
You're welcome, Charlie.
Let's see if I can remember what I wrote. Sure.
So what do we finally end up with for
1:25
And it's
at
5
5
o'clock.
o'clock.
Now, if that's a work session, do we still have to have a public comment period?
I am hoping you can do some non-public that evening too, so I think probably including it as a regular type, well, using an agenda format, but with a budget work session worked into it, so yes.
So basically, start a call of meeting, open public comment, jump in, get any public comment that there is, and then jump right into our work session.
Yes,
So you're talking about starting at 5?
yes,
Done and done.
and we can plan to have some dinner for people.
Can I just say, would that include a meeting such as this after the budget session, or is it just a budget session?
So the budget session will work within an actual board meeting.
Okay, so the public, we're invited at 5,
Yes,
but the meeting itself wouldn't necessarily start at 6. It will start.
it will
with
start,
the
well,
budget
I think we'll
session.
start the meeting right at 5
Okay,
and be able to then start running the public comment and then go into the work session part of it.
okay, and I'm sorry, I'm still, issues like this, correspondence, updates, old business, is that?
We might take some of that off, just to lighten the,
Yeah. I
you
wouldn't
know, the
scribble
main
right
focus will be the budget.
Budget session,
yeah.
thank you.
And there'll be a non-public that the board has some business to address.
Is that something that What would I need? to
It's
do?
a great experience. It'd be wonderful to have you, but we also know that it's a busy time. Well, you don't have school on the 26th. It's up to you, Caleb.
Maybe we'll get grades. They were really good last time.
I think your mother and father might suggest to you that an opportunity to learn about the budget process can be invaluable. Just a thought, being that they deal with budgets themselves so much.
You can decide.
Aren't you treasurer of the robotics team too?
No, I'm one of the business captains.
Business cap. There
So
you go.
budget does, well,
That's right, Liz.
I think you answered your own question right there, buddy.
No pressure, no pressure.
What am I getting? Is it email?
Yeah.
Since we're looking at our watches, can I ask a question? Is that appropriate? Related to public comment?
Sure.
I'm just curious as to what I know the requirement is it needs to be 30 minutes. We don't have any public present, nor do we have any online.
So
We're not have to offer it online.
correct.
So if a meeting, they open, we just had someone join
Right.
for the public.
He was watching.
Because someone can come, they at
Someone
least
can
know,
walk
like
up
if
the
the meeting
stairs.
starts at 6,
Yeah.
I have to
So
look.
they have 30 minutes regardless. Okay, that's it. Okay, good to know.
I think from the, to ensure that you're meeting what maybe the intent of the law is.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Did you have somebody come in with a question?
Not a question. We just had another member of the public join the meeting. I'm not sure if that member of the public has any public comment. I haven't received any through the comments email account.
So maybe we can ask, what did you think of the device this evening?
I found it helpful.
Yeah, I liked being able to see the page that we're on and hear and get right to it.
And this was just using the agenda, this
Yeah.
isn't the board docs that,
Right.
you could jump to more quickly, but, and
As
maybe
long as
make
we know
notes.
what page things are on.
Mr. Baker really enjoyed it.
I did.
So
I
will
wrote
we,
that one and I got this one.
going forward, will these always be left here?
Correct.
Excellent.
Yes, so we will take them, we will make sure they get charged so that they're ready to go.
You can do that.
I don't think it'll
Okay,
be
yeah,
deployed
yeah,
for
I thought
docs until
you were-
Heather is
Had somehow, yeah.
transitioned back. But we'll keep with this PDF type version.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
We set them to not fall asleep for 1 hour. And they are set in what we call like a kiosk mode or a guest mode, so you don't have to log in.
Mhm.
When you turn them on, they find the Wi-Fi and they connect to the school board section of the webpage.
Great.
Every
I-
time, so.
That's what happens.
How can we get rid of the little thing at the bottom saying that it's a managed guest?
There might be a little
I
carrot.
think you
Yeah,
can,
it just makes it bigger and then it makes it smaller.
try dragging it
Just
off the
swipe it
screen.
to the side.
Dragging it off the.
Keep going.
There you go. Swipe it off the.
Swipe.
It's the little things that matter.
And in the PDF, if you'd like to get rid of the preview on the left-hand side, because it takes up some of your screen space, there
Yeah.
are 3 horizontal
I
lines.
get help with that earlier.
We call that the hamburger. If you click on that, it'll go away.
And you click on it again and it comes back?
Correct.
Very useful when you're trying to find.
It's useful when you're trying to find
Right.
a page, because they're numbered.
Yes.
And then I think there's an icon below that, which if all the pages have titles, you can search by title as well. It's almost like an index.
Mary,
Although-
back in December, I believe you took all our pictures.
I did.
Could you
and
give
we're-
us an update on where we're at with
Our
that?
plan is to get you passes. We have not completed that yet, but
Yep.
I have your photos, and so Mr. Swanker and I will work on getting that accomplished.
Okay.
So that when you are visiting a school, you'll just have that. You won't need to do the sign-in. I did think it was helpful to just make copies of the agenda for you, so that if you wanted to make any notes.
Just the blue part.
Yeah.
It's great.
I guess the other thing is.
No notes.
No, I wrote notes. I did.
Good, see, it worked then.
What's missing though is announcements, because then I had to write out about the
yeah.
meetings.
We,
Good.
we're adapting in our office. We had a little slight change,
We're
so
all
we're
having fun.
adapting.
How's she doing?
very well.
Oh.
Everybody's
The babies
coming
aren't home though yet,
no,
right?
not yet.
How much did they weigh? They must have been teensy.
That hasn't been shared,
Uh-huh.
but the pictures, they do look like they're making progress.
Good.
Which is,
The twins.
I had a friend who had a 2.5 pound baby who's now in his 20s and is
Wow.
perfectly normal and
Yeah.
fine. But I remember coming back from the grocery store and I got her announcement and I had a 3.5 pound chicken and I'm going like, it's not a very big chicken.
No,
And, anyway, it was, they can do amazing
Yeah,
things
it's,
now.
and Dartmouth is an incredible place.
I had a business partner my age
Wow.
who was under 2 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he would have been born in the early 50s.
Wow,
Yeah.
He was,
wow.
Was you
he was
kidding?
at 2.5 or 3.
Oh my
A long way.
goodness.
That's amazing.
You were?
And he ended up being.
There's the proof right here. Duncher was a preemie.
Wow. That's impressive.
Mark at 6:45.
It is 6:45. Do we have any callings or comments?
I have no public comment.
Did a great job, Mark.
Well, it was your blessings that I was seeking.
And so provided.
Motion to adjourn.
You want to close public comment?
Yes, can we close public comment?
Yes.
Yeah, you're asking me for
At
permission to do
6:45.
it? You may.
6:45, we're gonna close.
It was a rhetorical.
Yes.
Right?
Motion seeking,
Move to adjourn.
Second.
done.
6:46.
All in favor?
Aye.
Everybody.
Right,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Lisa.
You know you can take pictures.
Travel safely.
Well,
You've got a jetpack.
Sign out.
somehow I feel like as a teacher, so one of the things that you learn, behavior management is proximity control.
My father.
So I feel like as a teacher, I want to be hanging out over here as much as I could.